Pokemon anime just made history, and on my days fam, I am super hyped. Today we received some new information regarding the Pokemon Horizons anime. This news was first announced on Pokemon Day, with us learning that someone will be Mega Evolving a Shiny Lucario, and on my days bruv, it was bloody insane. Yesterday, Karrye revealed the new poster ahead of today's information, and we got the first insight to the next arc of the series named Mega Voltage. Today's new special preview trailer gave us a better look at the new events to come. Here we learned that a time skip will be happening, and we'll see all our heroes aging up. Liko's Meowscarada is now live in the flesh, and Roy will be the trainer who owns the shiny Mega Lucario after all. His Mega Bracelet is now on his right wrist. Pakugo is now in a dormant state in its Pokeball, and we can also see that Captain Pikachu has Friede's correct goggles. A new character named Uruto has been revealed, and he has a Sableye capable of Mega Evolving as his partner Pokemon. Of course, Dot is still here. This new arc will commence on the 11th of April, and it's been confirmed to be a 1-hour special. I'm still blown away by this news, and I can't wait to discuss the theories with you all. It's absolutely insane, my brother. Episode 88 has to be hands down one of the best episodes to exist in the history of Pokemon Horizons. This episode opens up with the people of the town staring at the mountain, keen to know what is happening. We see the remaining RVTs also concerned, and Orla is staring at the red emergency button. The gang are all now ready to take on Gideon and the Explorers, and this is where the fun begins. Now let me tell you lot this. This battle was sublime. From start to finish, the gang went all out and displayed incredible teamwork. It still feels like a dream seeing a Mythio team up with the Rising Voltaclers, and man, what a crazy plot twist this was. Zygarde is one of my favourite Pokemon, and seeing it battle with such power and menace made me so hyped. Gideon was not holding back one bit, and I truly thought these lot were going to bottle it, but this is where the magic is shown. Just when they think all hope is lost, Liko expresses how she won't give up, and this is all displayed through Florigato. Their determination and bond blossomed, allowing the Pokemon to finally evolve into Meowscarada. This has to be one of the coolest evolution segments in the Pokemon anime, and I'm so happy we finally got to see her shine. After all the development both Liko and Meowscarada have had together, this was the culmination of their bond. Flower Trick was bloody insane as well, and after everything, it turns out that Zygarde had enough of this adversary, later on disbanding and scattering its cells. It left Gideon because it didn't fight for the greater good, and this is something Lucius reiterated, mentioning how Pokemon and humans should work together for the good of the world rather than to destroy it. Seeing Liko and Mythio team up in this battle really showed how far both of them had come together as characters, and I love seeing how they finally came together to work and overcome Gideon. Gideon ended up surrendering, and coming to the realization of his wrongdoings. For now. On top of that, we finally got to see Pakugo shift into its stellar form thanks to the power of the 6 heroes, in preparation to purify the Rakurium. This form is so beautiful, and I'm so glad we finally got to see it in the anime. This episode was incredible for many reasons: the battle, the animation, the OSTs, plot twists, and the overall narrative. However, I'm sure there is something else coming next week that could lead to a very big shock. As always, when subs are revealed, I'll post my full review on Twitter, so if you haven't followed me there already, then you already know what to do. This video is sponsored by Marvel Strike Force, the awesome free mobile squad RPG where you can create a team of your favourite superheroes and villains to fight and work together to save the multiverse. There's so many characters to choose from, like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America, and many more. If you're a new player, you can unlock up to 17 total characters within the first 30 days of playing the game. Marvel Strike Force has a variety of game modes, such as Campaign, Alliance Wars, and even PvP battles, making it the ideal game for all Marvel fans. It has something for every player, and I'm having a blast playing this game. The dynamic gameplay and visuals have made it so enjoyable to play on my breaks. The team synergy system allows you to combine unique abilities that boost characters from the same Marvel faction, like the Avengers or X-Men, leading to your squads to become more powerful and tactical in the game. But wait, it gets better. Marvel Strike Force has an epic free character giveaway this March. New characters are constantly being released, and this month, be on the lookout for the highly anticipated Starjammers team, consisting of Lilandra, Havoc, Howard the Duck, Rocket Raccoon, and Gru. You can also unlock characters and costumes from Marvel movies, TV shows, comics, and more. That's not all. Marvel Strike Force is celebrating its 7th year anniversary, and for a limited time only, use promo code 7 to unlock Nightcrawler and Cyclops for free. Don't miss out on this limited time celebration. Kickstart your journey with these 2 powerful mutants. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or scan my QR code to download Marvel Strike Force today and begin forming your ultimate team with some free rewards. Huge thank you to Marvel Strike Force for sponsoring this video. Let's now chat about next week's episode. Episode 89 is titled Beyond the Adventure. This will be the final episode of the Rayquaza Rising arc. The summary states the following. Finally, with the help of Pakugo and the 6 heroes, they succeeded in purifying Rakurium. Just when they thought it was all over, Spinal suddenly declared that he would occupy Rakua. By some means, he made the 6 heroes go out of control. Liko and the others tried to escape from Rakua, which is collapsing under the influencing of the rampaging 6 heroes. What awaits Liko and Roy on the adventure of Rakua? Looking at the preview, it's an absolute mad team, bro. From what we can see and understand, it shows Pakugo in its stellar form combining powers with the 6 heroes to try and purify the Rakurium. Gideon appears to come to some realization, however I'm not sure if this is genuine, as we later on see Spinal use a device that emits Rakurium mist from it. Maybe this is part of the Rakurium sphere that Amithio found later on back at Exceed. The device causes the 6 heroes to go berserk and friendly fire against one another. We can see that an explosion unfolds due to the rampage, and this ends up causing Rakua to collapse. Friede ends up getting separated from the gang, and Lucius's journal and ancient Pokeballs get lost in the depths of Rakua. From what I can see, it appears that only 5 of the Pokeballs get lost, and it appears that Rayquaza is still safeguarded by Pakugo, so I wonder if this Pokemon will still be in possession of Roy or the others. Fam, this final episode of the arc is absolutely nuts, and oh my gosh, I really hope this isn't the end of Friede, but I'll talk about that shortly. All of this new information about the next arc ended up getting revealed ahead of time this week, and at first, I didn't want to believe it, but oh my days rude boy, what a mad thing all of this truly was. Let's jump into another analysis of the characters and their new designs. Starting off with Liko, we can see she has a new hairstyle, and also the Indigo League hairpin is now broken. I wonder if this is due to the events that took place in Rakua, or maybe it could be to hold a keystone later on in the series. We can see that she is now accompanied by her newly evolved Meowscarada, and still has Hatchrim. It seems that after the recent events in Rakua, Pakugo will now go into a dormant state. With the events that are going to unfold in episode 89, it seems Pakugo will have used all its energy and will be taking a long rest. I wonder what happened to the 6 heroes. Did it use its energy to disband them around the world again? Next, we have Roy. Bro has had the biggest glow up ever. Besides still having Crocodile and Killer Wattrel, it's been confirmed that Roy has now got the shiny Mega Lucario and is also in possession of Captain Pikachu. He also has a Mega Bracelet on his right wrist. I truly wonder what happened to Friede though. As for the Mega Lucario, I still can't get over this. I ain't too fond of the shiny form, but whatever, bro's cooking, and I love his new design. His jacket seems to look very similar to Friede in terms of its colouring and aesthetic. Roy has always looked up to Friede, so I can see the inspiration behind it. Speaking of Friede, what actually happened to our goat? We know that Pikachu is holding his glasses, but man, I'm really concerned to learn more. Next up, we've got Dot. I really like her new design, and it looks like she'll be much more outgoing now, especially after her new hairstyle and the development she's had in the series. Her new design is a great way to reflect her new outgoing personality, and of course, she still has her Quaxwell and Tinkertuff. Finally, we have the new character Uruto. I like his design, and it's interesting to see that he knows Roy. I'm keen to learn about what history these kiddos have together. As you can see, his partner is Sableye, and is capable of Mega Evolving. Taking into consideration that a time skip has happened, I reckon this will either be 1 to 3 years since the events that took place at Rakua. The gang look much taller and older as teenagers, but that's just my guess, you get me. What happened to Friede? The new poster appears to show Cap in Roy's possession, and he is holding onto Friede's broken goggles. From what we can see in the preview, it seems that Friede is either going to sacrifice himself or temporarily be locked in Rakua. I wonder if in this Mega Voltage arc, maybe we will see the characters try and utilize Mega Evolution energy to try and rescue Friede again. I also spoke about how maybe with Friede being locked in Rakua, it could be a similar treatment to Gideon where maybe he gets infected by the mist and turns evil in the future. Rakurium has been confirmed to be from another planet. It's almost like an alien substance. So maybe the gang will need to go to the Kalos region to learn more about it to tie into Pokemon Legends ZA, and then return to save Friede at a later time to coincide with this time skip. Speaking of time skip, I'm starting to wonder if this supposed event was in front of us the whole time. Back in episode 73, Perrin said a very interesting line of text that at first made me wonder if she was foreshadowing something to come in the future. Perrin said, "I can't wait to see you all again. Once you've changed so much I can barely recognize you." Initially, I thought this was just her talking about the terms of growth and personality, especially after the events of them successfully befriending Lucius's Cleavel. By looking a little deeper into this quote, I wonder if this was all regards to the time skip after all. One of the biggest details to take away from this new reveal is the fact Roy has a shiny Mega Lucario. The Rayquaza Rising arc has showcased great development for Liko, Roy and Dot, and some could argue that Roy had the most development out of the trio. Whilst Rayquaza Rising has also shown to be an arc that relates heavily to Liko's family and ancestry, I wonder if this Mega Voltage arc will have more of a spotlight on Roy. Don't get me wrong, I still think Liko and Dot are going to shine, and they'll definitely excel in this new arc as well. But seeing as Roy has brought forward the biggest revelation, and does seem to have a history with the new character, I wonder if these are indicators that could bring forward something very special for our young boy. Let's face it, he's got Cap in possession now, he has a shiny Mega Lucario, and he even has similar drip to Friede now. I wouldn't be surprised that with everything going on, maybe this arc will give us an insight to Roy's new character, with him potentially being the new temporary leader of the Rising Voltaclers. Let's now chat about Crocodile and Quaxwell. During the climax of the Rayquaza Rising arc, Liko's Florigato evolved into Meowscarada, and seeing as we now have a time skip, many viewers are confused as to why both of these other Paldean stars have not reached their final stage. I don't think it's a major problem, because we do have a new arc ready to unfold with Roy and Dot still having just as much importance in the story of Horizons. We're bound to see these Pokemon evolve further. I think this arc will showcase the evolutions, and let's face it, Roy has a shiny Mega Lucario now, so we can tell that this Pokemon is going to start to weigh more importance for now. But I totally understand the confusion in regards to this. On the topic of Mega Lucario, why? Why did Roy get this Mega? Did it originally belong to a relative? Is it a new capture? Or will it be gifted to him? Uruto is said to be Roy's friend, so maybe he brought it to him from another relative. Plus, seeing as Roy now has this Pokemon, I wonder if the concept of Aura will be explored with him. There's quite a lot of opportunities and possibilities with this one. Bro is literally Ash Ketchum 2.0. Okay, it's Mega Evolution time. Roy has Lucario, calm, say 9. But what about Liko and Dot? Will they get a Mega Evolution for themselves too? The new Mega Evolution scan showcases a nice selection of Pokemon including Roy's shiny Lucario. I still don't know which Mega would suit them, so once again I'm going to leave this up to you guys in the comments down below. Something that Liko and Dot may not even get a Mega Pokemon. Well, I have a small theory. We notice how in this arc, Liko's hairpin is different to before, and it's either broken or new. I believe that she'll maybe have a keystone as it's placed in the centre of the clip, somewhat similar to Misty's hairband. As for Dot, she could either have it attached to her headphones or maybe another electrical device. Maybe these two could be indicators for them to get a Mega Evolution in the future. Bro, the Pokemon anime has now changed forever. After all these years, we now have a time skip element, and it's absolutely fantastic. I'm really keen to see how this new arc unfolds and how it will link to the previous events that took place in Rayquaza Rising. Pokemon Horizons has continued to flourish with its unique story, and I urge you all to give it a chance. There's so much to explore, and it's been doing a really good job at keeping fans enticed to learn more. The final episode of the Rayquaza Rising arc will air next week, before we get a 2-week break, so be sure to watch it to see what happens in the final moment. Make sure to stay tuned for the future of the Pokemon anime, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave the video a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Horizons coverage and Pokemon anime content.